Hi, my name is Pavel Baciu. I'm a senior studying business administration with concentrations in both accounting and finance, and I'm originally from Chisinau, Moldova. So this previous summer I worked at Deutsche Bank in their New York office, and I was a summer analyst within the Corporate Bank division. Deutsche Bank is the largest German bank in the world, and they have offices in different continents. But in the New York office, I was working with the Corporate Bank. So to better understand the work of the Corporate Bank, think a retail bank, but for large corporate clients, companies like Ford, Apple, and others. As a summer analyst in the Corporate Bank, I was the most junior level staff on the desk, so I was helping my senior bankers with whatever they needed help with. So that could include, earnings call reports, meeting summaries, updates on different companies that they were servicing, different presentations, or any other kind of internal reports as they needed. Back in the fall of 2021, I started to look at different internships that I could do in the summer of 2022. That would have been the summer in my junior and senior year. So back then I started Googling a lot of companies, that might be offering internships. And at first I was looking all across the US, but then I wanted to focus on one particular financial center, New York, because I think there are a lot of opportunities to develop in finance there. I applied to, I think, up to 50 different companies for their internship programs, and I managed to get an interview with Deutsche Bank. I wanted to apply specifically to the Deutsche Bank internship because of a few reasons, but I think the main two reasons are: first, they were located in New York, and their, America's main office was there. I wanted to go in the city. Second would be that they're a European company, so it allowed me to have some connections with home, even though I was working in the States. In addition to what I mentioned previously, I really like the company because they don't discriminate based on citizenship. So for me, being an international student, finding internship with the possibility of transforming that into a full-time job after graduation, it's very complicated. So when I found a company that was willing to give me a chance and basically talk to me and give me an opportunity to interview with them, I thought it might be a good idea to apply to Deutsche Bank and see if I can get an internship with them. Luckily, working at the bank in New York, the bank covered my living expenses. I was getting a salary every 2 weeks, so that allowed me to live in New York without having to ask for additional assistance from the college. And I was happy that that allowed other people maybe to use that money for their internships. And I think working in finance overall allows people to get paid more than they would from the college. This previous summer I had two accomplishments that stand out to me. First would be developing those relations with the co-workers, the fellow interns, and learning a lot from them. And the second one would be the presentation I did at the end of the internship in front of numerous bankers with a lot of experience, and I was explaining them from my perspective how we can use the relationship between the bank and a specific company to generate revenues for the bank, but also facilitate the financial aspect of the company's business. I think the most important thing I learned while working at Deutsche Bank was particularly how the bank works on the inside. So all the different products, services they offer their clients, how each single service is structured, and how the teams work internally between the product groups and the coverage groups to provide those services to their clients. Living in New York itself was a challenge. It's very different than Berea. It's a large city with millions of people. You have to get used to the subway system, overall how to live in the city. And then the second challenge related to my work was learning how to approach different people. Like some of the full-time co-workers that were at the bank, they had different personalities. So some people like to do a lot of small talk and didn't mind being interrupted anytime during the day and starting a conversation with me. While some other people like to reserve specific times in their calendars so we could catch up, and allowed me to ask any questions I had, but only during those specific times. Working at the bank, I think, and working with businesses, I managed to see different aspects of my classes in those real-world situations. For example, one would be some subjects I learned in international finance, for example, currency swaps, or overall how currencies are valued against each other. As a bank that works with both Europe, the US, and the Asian region, that was very important. I think second would be, while analyzing different companies, we looked at both their finances and their business strategy, and management really helps there in understanding how the executive people at the company, how the managers take and make their decisions. And I think third would be related to both accounting and finance, but time value of money, particularly related to fixed income. And that was a big thing at the bank because our department was working closely with debt capital markets and providing solutions for our clients. Overall, I think the internship experience I had last summer had a very net positive effect on my life. It allowed me to understand that it doesn't really matter where you come from, and if you go to school to a liberal arts college, or you go to an Ivy League, or you go to a large public school, as long as you are dedicated and you pursue your goals and you're willing to learn, once you hit the desk, once you start working, it doesn't matter if the person on your right is from Yale and then the person to your left is from, I don't know, Princeton and other large big name schools. You're all there, so the companies or wherever you work feels you are equal in value. Living in New York is a fun experience in itself, but particularly related to the job, I have two really fun experiences. So at the beginning of the internship, they took the entire intern class, they put us on a boat on the Hudson River, so we went into the New York harbor. We saw the New York skyline at night and the Statue of Liberty from the water, so that was an amazing experience. And second, at the end of the internship, they took us to the New York Stock Exchange floor after hours when all the traders were already home, so we could just talk, discuss anything about our summer experience, anything else we wanted to talk about. We had drinks and snacks there on the New York Stock Exchange floor, so that was an incredible experience. I think I'm most proud of getting a return offer from Deutsche Bank, so I'm looking forward to graduate and then start my career within the financial industry with them in July of 2023 this year. Yeah, I'm really excited about that, looking forward to rejoining the bank full-time. I'm really proud of that. One word that describes me best is determined, and to me that means doing what I say I'll be doing. Regardless of how long it takes, being truthful to myself and aligning my words with my actions. I think that's very important to me.